Oh, baby. I hate that song too.
See, was it me that time?
Whatever. I hate that song. Ooh, can't stand it.
You hate it?
I do not like them.
Aw. You don't like anything after 7 Dead?
Not a bit.
Wow. Wow. You think you know a person, and then, then they show you their inner psychopath. Anyway.
Whatever. I gotta be a psychopath because I don't like after 7.
Well, I mean, that's very
Sound too much like
psychopath-ish.
Babyface.
Well, I mean, yeah. Obviously, you don't like Face either.
I'm not the biggest Face fan, but
Well,
I
I'm
like
not
him.
either. But I do recognize that he's the only man that understands me.
Okay.
Particularly with that "Soon as I Get Home" song. Like, I'm like, he understands. Like, he speaks to me.
This is why hoes are delusional.
Did he just call me a hoe? Hold on. We might have to
need
fight.
another gun.
You might need to let go of the guilty conscience.
I feel like
I made a blanket statement. I can't offend you with anything that you are not.
I don't know. That sounded low key like you were saying something. Anyway.
Well.
Right. So, on that note, welcome to the threesome, y'all. This is the podcast where the three of us hope we can get through this in one piece. If this is your first time finding us, welcome. We're glad you're here. And if you're back for more of all of this, we thank you. And you, sir or madam, or other, are the real MVP. Now, the sultry voice that is coming up is our point person and our optimistic realist, and she is called Star.
Back for your whole health.
Yeah, that was sultry. The dulcet baritone belongs to our man in the middle, our voice of reason. He is called Magic.
Pull up a chair.
Okay.
Tear shit up. My name is Rockmont. Jesus Christ. All right.
And bring up the rear. As always, I, of course, identify as the pragmatic contrarian of the group. And I'm called Storm.
Oh, time.
So, anybody got foreplay?
I do.
Ooh.
Because we record so many days before this actually comes out. When the last episode came out, that was my older brother's birthday. Happy birthday to him, even though he was so drunk he doesn't remember me calling. And by the time this comes out, it'll be right before my younger brother's birthday. So thank both of y'all, and I appreciate you turning me into this wonderful mess I am.
Well, happy birthday, brothers. Belated and upcoming.
And rest in peace to Nikki's father and Max Peoples. I don't want to get into details, but life and death.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Anybody got any other foreplay this week? I mean, I got a little something.
All I'll say is, some karma takes a while to come around, and other is damn near instant.
Either way, it's coming.
Oh, I so enjoy instant karma.
Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Take that, Candace Owens.
Mm-mm.
No.
Oh,
Mm.
we cool with? I guess they cool. We cool with
We
her
are
now.
not. She who
Who's
shall not
we?
be named.
Um,
Because I ain't cool with her. Never will be. But that's a whole nother story. Um, so I don't know if y'all have heard because you've been under a rock, but
May have been.
let me see, what is her name? Beyonce has released some country music songs which have risen to the top of the country music charts. And
Lord.
now, I am not the biggest Beyonce fan, but I gotta say, I respect her level of petty.
Take that, Taylor Swift.
Take that, CMAs. Remember, they treated her so terribly when she performed on their show a few years back. And I mean, they were racist as hell toward her. And she came back and now she dominating all of them. And they can't say shit about it. And I respect that petty because that was calculated and I'm here for it.
I did not know they treated her crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But why was she performing? But again, why was she performing on there?
She
She
did a
is from Houston.
duet.
She kind of country.
Yeah, and she's from Houston, so I mean, kinda. I've been to Houston, they very country, but she was doing a duet. I can't remember who it was with. Oh, the Dixie Chicks. Well, I guess they're not even called the
Oh,
Dixie Chicks anymore. I think they're called the Chicks now. But
Oh,
anyway, she did a
Lord.
duet. She was performing with them, right?
mm-hmm.
And yeah, and it was so disgraceful, the things that they said about her and the way,
Oh
yeah.
wow,
So she
never
played the
knew.
long game because she didn't really say anything when it happened,
Mm-hmm.
but she let that shit simmer, and then she came out swinging, and I appreciate the petty. I just do.
I can say I can, even though that song drives me crazy. Uh, for the one that's out now, I appreciate the
I have
petty
yet to
too.
hear. Yeah, I think there's two songs out. I have yet to hear the one that they play
Yeah,
that
there's
I
two.
hear all the time. I have yet to hear the whole thing. I hear snippets of it all the time.
Yeah, me
The
too.
other
And it
one,
still
yeah,
drives
the
me
other
nuts.
one I haven't heard at all. But she's supposed to be coming out with an entire country music album. So take that.
She
So
actually
to me, it's
said it's not a country album, it's a Beyonce album, which is not a actual answer. And I'm so proud of the two of y'all for being adults because I'm about sick of these raggedy broads out here acting like they suddenly like country music and need to go to rodeos because Beyonce did two songs.
well.
Think
First
for
of all,
yourself.
Um,
I have
I was gonna
never
say I've always
denied
loved country
my
music,
affinity
and
for country music. I have never said that I don't like country music.
I've been to a rodeo or two, even though it's not something that I would normally do. Um, yeah,
Well,
I
I mean, I went as a kid because they used to drag us there for school and stuff. But you know that that's a consequence of growing up in Texas. You
uh,
have been to a few rodeos, so
well, they had this thing that used to tour called the Black Rodeo,
oh yeah,
and
I remember.
yeah, and I've been to that a couple of times, but um, yeah, but I like country music. Mhm.
As do I.
And let's just say this. Let's say this. I'm a hat girl, and I have a couple of cowboy hats. So like, not like
Every stripper
with.
does.
No, I'm just saying.
He
I
just
had
called you a
my
stripper.
cowboy hat for a
No, I
couple of
did
years.
not.
I've had my cowboy hats for a couple of years, and even though I don't own any currently, I had cowboy boots before it was fashionable. So when I do go
Well,
get me some, because now they'll be everywhere. So they'll be on
well,
sale
I'll
and
tell
cheap
you
and all that good
this.
stuff.
I am against cowboy hats and cowboy boots, and I will never own either. Um,
I'm a hat girl. If it's a good hat, I'm in it. But why are you
mm,
against cowboy hats?
um, I grew up in Texas. I don't do that bullshit. Lame. Like I don't do that.
I'm here for a good fedora, cowboy style or not. And some of them cowboy boots always been sweet. I'm
Well,
always
you should have
here
said
for a
something. I
good
mean,
shoe.
because hell, I mean, there's not far from, well, in my hometown, there is a very famous boot factory. And if you'd said something, I probably could have brought you back some.
Oh well, it ain't too
I
late.
didn't know
Next
you.
time you go, look out for a
Yeah, I
sister.
didn't know you liked cowboy boots, but
Oh man, I
okay.
haven't had a good pair in a while. Um, but yeah.
Yeah, I have never had the desire to have a pair.
Now look, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about like authentic, I suppose you would call cowboy boots. Like the traditional ones, but they got some stylish ones that's just out cold.
Okay.
I'm here for a good boot.
I mean, I like a good boot, but cowboy boots, I draw the line. I draw the line at cowboy boots, cowboy hats, the vests with the fringes on them. Like, I'm not
No, I
doing
didn't
any
keep
of
that.
that. I, I am iffy on the oh, what do they call them stones they put in the jewelry?
What,
Rhinestones?
turquoise?
The turquoise. Thank you. I am
Oh,
iffy on
what?
on
I'm a
turquoise
turquoise
jewelry.
holic. What is wrong with you?
No, it depends on the turquoise jewelry because some of it looks just way too Western, but it depends on the jewelry.
Oh, I love turquoise. I've always loved turquoise.
Well, I like the stone, but it's just the settings that they put some of the stones in that I'm just like,
But I am here for
not
a
for
good
me.
pair of chaps, though. Ow!
Well, I was going to say only in the bedroom.
Well, I don't mean,
ah,
well, whatever. I always
so
thought chaps was cute.
so anyway, good luck to Beyonce. Um,
Go
and
bouncy.
keep it up.
Also,
Also,
I'm sorry, hold on. Also, the level of petty extended to the Guggenheim, which I also love. Did you see that?
no, what happened?
Mm-mm.
She put up there was an advertisement. It said some I think it basically echoed what he said. This is not a country album, it's a Beyonce album or something. And it was on the front of the Guggenheim, like on the actual building, not like it wasn't a
Mhm.
poster. It was embedded into the brick, like they light ups. Yeah, it's kind of sweet. Like one of the whitest buildings. You put that up
Yeah,
there.
but I know them.
That cost some money
I
though.
know, I know some of them crackers in country music are mad as hell because they can't because they want to say that her song isn't country, like the same way they did with Old Boy and his song a couple years ago. They
Oh,
want to say
Lil Nas
what
X.
Lil Nas X, yeah. They wouldn't let his song chart on the country charts because they said it wasn't country. To which I say to hell it wasn't. But, whatever. Um uh but yeah, so I'm sure they want to try to keep her out the way they tried to keep him out, but she is a much bigger name and they can't keep her out without their own product suffering. So I know it's pissing them off that they have to include her, but I'm here for it. I love it. Keep it up.
hey.
Um, Also, I want to say, and I know Magic is going to say that this is an indication that I hate men. It is
Again.
not. It is an indication that I like men and I would want them to do better for themselves. Okay? I am so sick of people telling women how not to act in order to keep themselves safe. Can we please start telling men to learn to take no for a fucking answer? It
Well,
makes no sense that little girl, did y'all see that? Them twins that got attacked because they didn't want to holler at that drunk man in New York. Y'all didn't see that?
no,
One of the twins
no.
died. He stabbed one of them to death, and the other one
Oh my
is
god.
recovering in the hospital
No,
because
I
he
didn't
was
see
trying to
that.
holler, and they were like, nah.
I mean, we gonna
No.
put that on men in general or mental illness?
I'm going to put it on men in general because it happens
Of
way
course.
too often. And maybe it doesn't happen where
With
someone takes a
sane
knife.
people?
Yes. Well, I can't tell you how many times if a man tries to holler at you and you are like, I'm not interested, all of a sudden you're every bitch.
Don't you
uh,
watch Snapped?
yes, I do.
So men are crazy.
Yes, I didn't say women weren't crazy. I said men are crazy. Yes. I said men need to learn to take no for an answer.
Been
And
taking no for
by
an
the
answer my
way,
whole life. No means no was a campaign of like the 80s.
yeah, you would think.
Sane people are fine.
I agree, but there's so many that seem to think. Matter of fact, I was in an internet forum earlier where they were talking about that this had happened, and there were actual men in that forum saying, oh well, I'm sorry this happened to her, but she probably came at him crazy and said something crazy to him, and he probably matched her energy. How the hell did you match someone's energy and you killed them?
Yeah,
Like,
Gypsy Rose.
well, hey, I feel the same way about Gypsy. Listen, I feel sympathy for what Gypsy Rose went through with her mom, but I also think that heifer still needs to be in prison. I really do. But that's a whole nother discussion. But yeah, um, start teaching your sons to take no for an answer and quit just teaching your daughters how not to hurt men's feelings so that they can stay safe. It has to be both ways. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, that's all.
Um, segueing off of that, unless that's going to be one of your topics, Magic. Are you
Mm,
going to talk about uh Freak movie?
I saw it.
Okay, was that going to be a part of your talk?
No, but we can run through it real quick.
What
Okay,
movie?
The Freaknic documentary.
Is there video?
Yes.
it's a
Oh,
documentary.
I need to pre-screen this.
It is probably not what you think it's going to be.
Oh, okay. I just gotta make sure. Yeah.
I feel like it
Yeah.
was very informative on how it began, the rise and the fall, and perhaps I'm a perv, but I was not expecting much from Hulu. It was informative.
Did you
Yeah.
see it?
I didn't get a semi once.
Oh, well, were you expecting that?
No, Hulu's owned by Disney. They're only going to go so far.
I mean, I wouldn't expect a documentary. I mean, I would expect it just to talk about, all the damn fun we had.
So I only went one time, 92. And it's a trip because I agree with you when you said um, that it was informative. I never knew how it started. I think I did know about the Black College Weekend or something like that. That sounded familiar when I heard
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah.
I didn't realize that the Olympics was the main reason why they shut that whole shit down.
No, they
But
were paying for homeless people to take greyhounds to get out of town and everything in Atlanta.
Yeah.
They was wilding.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, but listen, here's the thing: when what was that we had when the Super Bowl came here? They did the same thing here.
I was just about to point that out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did the same
Yeah.
thing
They did.
here.
Uh-huh.
Um, so what I will say is this: not when I went in '92, it hadn't gotten like super bad yet. But I will say what it evolved into, you could kind of see coming back back into '92 because it was just wild coming back in '92.
Touche.
um, yeah, it was a wild free for all, and as time went on, it wasn't just the young people, and that was the thing, right? The young people doing what they were doing was one thing, but the guys that, and mostly guys, because it wasn't a whole lot of older women. It was mostly guys that were like over the age of like 25 that were down there creating a lot of the havoc. And it was like the young dudes were like following like that behavior. Like, oh, well, if the old cast is doing it, we gonna do it too. And it was just, yeah. It was crazy. That whole thing had to die, and they keep trying to resurrect it and all of this other stuff. It's a whole different time, a whole different season. It'll never be what it was, like it was, and just relatively drama free, like how it was in the '80s and very early '90s. It'll just never be like that. Folks are built different now. Like people are just way more I don't even know what you would call it. People just build different. It's just what it is.
Socially inept.
Socially inept. You have way more of like women who would go a whole lot further than, you know, a lot of those young ladies will go. Like it was some wild ones, don't get me wrong. It was definitely some wild ones, but you would see a whole lot more of the wildness down there these days. And you would also see a whole lot more of the dudes being disrespectful. Like, I remember the last time I considered even going down there, which was like '94. And I was like, yeah, I'm in a relationship, man. I was in a relationship in '92, but I was like, yeah, no, whatever, I'm good. And then, like, folks was coming back and was like, man, they was wilding, pulling folks out of cars, people fucking in the streets and doing all kind of stuff and just walking up and grabbing women and like it was just crazy. And I was like, yeah, nah. Today
Yeah.
it would
I,
literally it would be way more assaults. It would
yeah.
be way more assaults.
I never
People getting
saw any
shot
of
and
that
stabbed.
Yeah.
while I was there. Yeah, I never saw any of that, but I wasn't there like towards the end. Um, in those years. Um, but to your point about men being respectful, I mean, I thought it was funny because we were down there one year and a lot of scantily clad women.
It's hot.
And I use the term loosely because, some of them were awfully young. But which is fine. I mean, you do you. But I remember we were down there, and this one guy came over to us, and he was like, "Thank you, ladies." And I was like, "For what?" And he was like, "Y'all got clothes on." And I remember just laughing because, it was funny to me.
Listen, but here's my problem with that, and they kind of brought this up in the documentary a little bit
It
too.
was funny to me that we stood out because
you
we
had
weren't
clothes
in
on. I get it.
bikinis. Yeah.
No, I get it. But here's my issue with that, and they brought this up a little bit in the documentary as well. Like, you go down to Miami, everybody
Yeah.
naked, and nobody's down
Right.
there like
Right.
trying to pull women out of cars. You know what I mean? And just walking up and smacking folks on the butt and all of that other stuff. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I
Again,
don't
I
get
didn't
it.
see any of that when I was there. I can't speak to other years or other areas because Freaknic is pretty big. So I'm saying I didn't see any of that when I was there.
No, and but I'm saying put that aside. Put what you didn't see aside, right? What
Right.
I don't get is that even though that's not my thing to walk down the street half naked, right?
Right.
In Miami, and we'll just use Miami, in California, and a whole bunch of other places. Women, mainly Caucasian women and women of other ethnicities other than African American, walk down the street, titties hanging out, ass hanging out, literally butt cheeks, nothing but a string. All day, every day. They grocery shopping like that, right? And I'm not going to say that they probably don't get harassed, like some lewd comments or whatever. But for the most part, people aren't walking up to them and grabbing them, by their chest and pulling them out of cars and all of that other stuff. So what makes it so different that they can walk around half naked and be cool? And why can't we? I don't understand. You get where I'm at, where I'm coming from?
Well, my point was that we could. Um, my point was that we could. Because, like I said, there was a lot of nakedness, and not just
But
with
at
the
some
women,
point we
but
couldn't. So what
and
changed?
not just with the well. At some point, a lot of people couldn't, because the world has changed. Is what I'm saying. It's not just us. Like the
Yeah,
world is different.
they still naked in Miami. They still naked in California. Is my point.
It's
2024.
black people. It's black people still naked in Miami too. But I mean, just recently, we just talked about how I don't know. Did we talk about that? How the city of Miami told them spring breakers, predominantly white spring breakers, don't come here. Like, we don't even want you here no more because we don't like y'all. Y'all cause too much commotion. We don't like y'all. So, I mean, it's everybody. It's everybody.
It's not happening in those places at the level that it was at Freaknic. And
The city of Miami said, we don't want y'all here. When was the last
they don't
time?
want them there because of
When
the
was
drunken.
when was the
Go ahead.
last time you had a city tell tourists that they don't want their money?
Listen, I get it. But if it was like that down there for
It
white folks,
was. Yeah, and it
okay.
was, and that's why I'm saying, because was it last year? I think it was last year when they arrested all them people because all kind of BS was going on.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a lot of that.
I'm not saying it didn't exist. I'm just saying, even when it's not spring break, is my point. Okay. It doesn't have to be spring break down there to see scattered ass everywhere. And
Hmm.
and
But I'm saying that that's black women too. That's
but
all races in
it
Miami. It's
is.
not just
It
white
is.
women.
I get that. I get that. But so what keeps that from being a 24/7 365 Freaknic versus what happened at Freaknic. What it evolved into.
Mostly liquor and weed and other recreational drugs. I would imagine is some of it.
Ecstasy, Molly.
All of that. Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, they doing plenty of that down there too. But okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying, the people who are doing it on a day-to-day basis aren't the same as the people who are doing it on spring break. Like, it's not the it's not the same dynamic.
I got you.
Okay,
I mean,
folks, if you go to a place on the simple basis that it is sexually charged, people tend to go over the top without actual consent.
correct.
I don't care if you walk into a sex party, you still have to have a little bit of personality and conversation to you. You can't just go, oh, everybody's here to fuck. Hey, come on. Men and women.
I agree. Because just because somebody's down to fuck don't mean they down to fuck you.
Exactly.
And but anyway.
Okay.
Got it all out your system. Once again, we're a half hour in before we get to topics. I love my episodes. All right, so the concept for today was we're stealing topics from other people's podcasts because fuck it, we can. What are they gonna do? Whoop my ass? Nope. All right, from Pablo Torres. What was the last great white American in the NBA?
Great?
Yeah.
Great. Larry Bird.
I go with that. I was gonna go Rex Chapman.
He wasn't great though.
I know, but I just liked him.
Well, that's why I clarified great, because there are a lot of really good white American dudes in the NBA that I liked, but the last great one was Larry Bird.
No love for
That's
Dan
the last
Marley.
one I heard of. I don't even like Bird, but
Dan Marley was good. He was very good. He was not great.
All right, get your shit together, Chet.
That's right. We counting on you, Chet.
All right, from one Charles Barkley, what would happen if Obama did the shit Trump did?
Oh, he would be beheaded on Main Street.
I was getting ready to say crucified straight.
I was gonna go with lynched. National TV, prime time, live.
Lynched, but right, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they hung his ass. He been through.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
And not just him. They'd have rounded us all up on the basis that we might try it.
It's like concentration camps for the what was it, Japanese back in the days?
You're laughing because you know I'm right.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, stolen from one Joe Budden.
Oh,
if somebody is kissing after the club, does that imply that they were trying to fuck?
No.
No.
Yeah, he was. Anyway.
Okay, but no.
What? I don't even remember what podcast I stole this from, but what movie character or television show character is most relatable to you?
Movie character or television show character? Huh.
I'm trying to think who was the ultimate friend zone guy.
Wow. Oh. That is wild.
You know what? Fuck it. Stringer Bell.
You are no Stringer Bell.
Yeah, I had the decency to leave that hood shit alone when I found ways to make money legally. But up until then, fuck keeping it real. Yeah, I got bougie.
I'm trying to think of a TV or movie character that I relate to. Um, ooh,
Hello?
yeah.
Hey,
You know who I used to always sympathize with, and people would be like, "That's not who you're supposed to be sympathizing with."
Eeyore?
The alien in Aliens.
Oh my.
I
Trying to
was
get in them?
like, no, but I was like, I understand her because y'all out there in space fucking with her. She didn't come for y'all.
Who you got, Star?
I I don't know. Because I just feel like I'm a mixture of several characters. I guess I'm somewhere in between uh Queen Latifah's character off of Living Single and
Khadijah.
Khadijah. And old girl off of Girlfriends. Lynn.
Ah, that's me, old boy off Girlfriends. That's my life.
Now, see, if I was a character off of Girlfriends,
I'm a mixture of those two.
it would have to be Tony Childs. If I was a character off Living Single, obviously Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, would be the closest to me. But yeah.
I don't know if there was anybody off of Living Single. I'm gonna go with Duncan Pender Hughes.
See, it's crazy because I see me in Kim Field, in Maxine, and I even see some of St. Clair. I see me in St. Clair.
I see a little bit of me in Sinclair, but a lot of me in Maxine Shaw. I mean, I can't even lie. A lot of me in Maxine Shaw.
I can see that. I mean, if I had to pick one, it would be Queen, but I'm still not. Yeah, I guess if I had to pick one, it would be her because yeah,
Oh, yeah, I got it for that show. I'd be Scooter,
you
the
be
one that's
Scooter.
hardly ever around and fucking the butch chick.
Oh, see, that's why I didn't want to choose like Queen 100% because I'm not necessarily, but
Listen,
I'm a
we
little
love some
tomboyish.
Dana Elaine over here.
I
Oh,
am
well,
tomboyish,
whatever.
but I'm not butch.
Whatever.
She wasn't in that show. If anything,
Yeah,
Maxine was.
yeah, I was gonna say I thought Maxine was more like
Yeah, Maxine
butch
definitely
that
was.
yeah.
If Living Single would have been done over the day, Maxine's character would have probably been dating a woman.
No, I don't think so. I
I
think
think so.
maybe
Either hers or
no.
Tootie's.
Yeah, gotta have the inclusion
Yeah,
nowadays.
you gotta
Yeah,
have the inclusion.
I think probably Sinclair, but
No, no,
but
no, no.
but the thing that made Maxine Shaw,
She hated men and
and I
loved
shouldn't
dick.
and I shouldn't say this because I just said that she reminds me more of me, but it was the predatory nature of Maxine Shaw. You know what I mean? Like she was predatory toward the men. Like she was relentless. And yeah. Stop it.
Okay.
I think they all were, but in their own way.
No, I mean, I think Kim Field's character was very much was very much a pick me.
Oh, pygmy.
Pick
She was a
me.
pick me.
Oh, pick
You know,
me.
yeah, yeah.
Very different.
You said a pygmy. I was like, what?
You silly.
Yes, she was definitely pygmy. I'm the prettiest.
Yeah. Well, she like her philosophy was that she needed to be married, to somebody rich. like that was her goal in life, and yeah, like that would
And
never be like like I did not resonate with her character at all. Well, other than the fact that she had a big chest, like that was the only thing that we had in common. Other than that,
see,
eh.
the part of her that I resonated with was her fashion sense. I liked, well, not necessarily on that show all the time, but like her projected image of fashion sense, like
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I
everything,
get that.
everything about clothes and shoes. But um, yeah, that's about all I get from her.
Yeah.
Maxine's hustle, definitely. But Queen was a hustler too. So
Right.
um,
Yeah. And she absolutely was. And like that part of her character spoke to me. You know what spoke to me? Overton. The way Overton was always fixing stuff.
would that be you?
That would be, but remember that episode where Maxine was out of work, so she was shadowing Overton and she was trying to help him out and fixing stuff.
I kind of
That
remember that.
Yeah,
I
that
kind of
was
do.
so me. And then, well, yeah, and then she thought she could fix something on her own, and then she ended up making it explode. I think it was a water heater. She made it explode. I'm like, yeah, that would absolutely be me.
Okay,
Yeah,
Maybe Russell. But anyway,
Russell. Who's
you would
Russell?
definitely be Russell, but
the
you'd be the
Jamaican
tall
dude from
version.
Flavor.
Yeah, the tall version of
Oh,
Russell.
oh,
Yeah, yeah, the nasty son bee that was always in Kim Field's face.
damn! Why you gotta be so big?
Well, he was nasty.
Because it's
He
only
was
nasty when
always.
men do it.
I didn't say nasty was a bad thing.
When you follow it by some B.
Well, I mean, he kind of what I mean, it was just the fact that there was always like everything he said to her was like a double entendre. He couldn't just say like hello. Like yeah, he was just that dude. But he was funny. I liked Russell actually.
All right. Stolen from Jim Jeffries, not a podcast, but a stand up special. What are he was trying to explain that when you're old and you're having sex, there's only four core positions. So what's the four?
Missionary, uh,
Mhm.
doggy style, core.
Right. That's what I
Oh,
was
side
like
by
for.
side.
Yeah, he was basically saying you only use four.
Well, that's because your knees hurt, and you can't be bending the way you used to bend.
I have a weird question. Is collapse doggy when she falls forward or both of y'all fall to the side?
I think it's when she falls forward.
Okay, well, that's in it for me.
um. Okay.
Yeah, basically, when there's missionary, her riding, and doggy.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right, from the same comedy special, what is the heterosexual equivalent of coming out for gay people?
What?
Like for gay people,
Um.
coming out is like a huge, huge life changing moment. What do straight people get that's that equivalent?
I didn't have that,
I don't
so
think
I don't
anyone
know.
did.
I was
Well,
gonna say I know I didn't.
what I mean by that is like I didn't like. hit puberty and suddenly discover men. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't a thing for me. Like I've been checking out dudes from my earliest memory, which was about, I don't know, 3, 4 years old. So it just wasn't a thing.
Mm.
Now I think about it, yeah, probably the first time I got on stage, not like at a party or anything, but at a real event. That was the closest I'm gonna get to what gay people feel when they come out.
Oh, okay. So we're not doing literal here. Got it.
No.
Um,
I don't think there is a
yeah,
heterosexual equivalent. That's what he was saying in the special.
yeah. I don't think I had one. Um, like I've never had the feeling that, like, from this day forward, my life is going to be different. You know,
Yeah,
I
we
don't
don't
think I've.
have can like. Well, no, I get quinceanera is not that either. Like we don't have. I
Mm.
don't.
Yeah, I just, I've never thought about, and and I guess that speaks to a certain amount of privilege on my part, but I've never had to think about events in my life in those terms. Like from
Yeah.
this day forward, it's going to be different or whatever. I mean, eh,
Now I think about it, it's probably more getting off stage than going up. Going up, I was nervous as hell, but
yeah. No, but I get what you're saying, because that I can understand that feeling in that instance, but yeah, I don't think I've ever done anything that was that big
Yeah.
that I felt like it was life changing. It was big enough that I felt like it was life changing. I mean, certainly there have been a lot of things in my life that were life changing. Not saying there weren't. I'm just saying I never considered them in those terms at that time.
Yeah.
yeah, you can't have the build up like that.
Right.
All right. Can your spouse high five the competition after you lose?
If he wants to get punched in the throat, yeah, sure.
See, violence.
Well, it's imaginary violence because we're talking about my imaginary spouse. So yeah.
Oh yeah, men, calm down with the violence.
Oh wow, that's funny.
I would take it as severe disrespect, and I would consider domestic violence. We just
See?
gonna have to have a conversation like, okay, you really did that, huh? Don't do that shit no more.
Mm.
Listen. I'm
Oh,
weird.
we're
I would
we're
think
we're gonna
that
have a
that was funny.
conversation like, did you get my meaning when I punched you in the throat? And now that you've recovered, do you understand where you went wrong? That'll be the discussion.
So violent.
Well, and also competitive. So that cannot be understated.
True.
Yeah, I would think it
I,
would be hilarious.
listen,
Yeah,
I would find
okay.
that
listen. If,
hilarious.
if somebody beats me in Old Maid, you better not high five that person. You better not.
All three of us about to be fighting in this month.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't care that much. I just
We hear your
like
mouth.
I'm
I
mad just
know,
thinking about it. I don't even have a spouse, and I'm sitting here with my arms crossed, just mad.
I know. I mean, I probably
How
would
dare
get a
you?
little. I would be a little miffed for a minute, but at the end of the day, I don't care. Like I'm done with you, and
I
I don't
already
care.
don't like losing. Y'all ain't gonna celebrate together.
That's all I'm saying.
Snuff his
That is
ass
my
too.
point.
Like, nigga, you knew better. Fuck out of
That-
here.
Listen, you know what? I think I would recognize that after I would get mad initially, of course, because I'm human. But I think I would recognize that for what it would be, and which is just a piece of
Disrespect.
pettiness. Yeah, this just a piece of
Yeah.
petty
Nah.
disrespect. Like you trying to get under my skin, and I'm not going to give you that pleasure.
Oh, I'll
Um,
give you the pleasure. Listen, you want me to go? Hey, I give you every bit of it. But you better be sure that's really what you want. This motherfucker that gave me the old maid and you over there yucking it up with him. No. We will not have this.
Keep your hands to yourself, people. Okay. I don't know if I can answer this one. It's more for y'all anyway. But what women's rap lyrics can a man sing without getting a side eye?
First off, bitch, mind your business. I don't know.
I could probably do
most
stop,
of them
look,
because
listen.
the the only
UNITY.
one the
Right.
well, I mean, I don't care about like it's lyrics. I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't even probably be paying attention.
So
but
good to
you
go
were.
back to barbershop. If you walk in a house and your man is singing "I'll Take Your Man," you ain't gonna look at him crazy.
I probably wouldn't
That was
notice.
beauty shop, actually.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't notice, but I will tell you, if I walk in and my dude is singing "My Neck, My Back," we're over. But that's the only one I can think of that I would just be horrified. Like, no, can't do it. I'm out.
What's the Mob Deep joint with Lil Kim? You could probably pull that one off.
Oh yeah.
Quiet Storm.
Yes. There's some parts of that Glorilla track I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care about.
Oh well, absolutely.
Um,
But I mean,
what's that? That yeah, glow.
it would be a slight side eye, but yeah, my neck, my back would get you ousted, like you were banned from the kingdom.
Nothing of Nicki Minaj. There's not a song Nicki got that I would like to hear like a dude. No.
Megan
I
either.
don't.
Not too many. No, it's no.
I don't want to hear. Well, let me stop because I'm gonna sound like a hater. There aren't too many Nicki songs I want to hear coming out of anybody. To be honest,
Second that emotion.
I don't mind Nicki. She has her place.
yeah. Let me shut up.
I'm not a big Nicki fan, but
Outside the courthouse.
oh, stop.
Posted
picked
bail.
There's some Cardi
that's
lyrics
me.
that I wouldn't care about. That'll be all right.
Wish I would be out
Yeah.
here. If it's up, then it's stuck. Like, no.
That's why I said nothing to Nicki's.
Nah, that was Cardi's shit.
Cardi is up if it sure is. You right. Nah. That okay, but again, that's why I said some. There's some.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's gotta
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
I know there's some Cardi
mean,
songs I like, but never bothered to memorize any of them.
Cupid on Cupid.
All right. It's about that time.
Is it?
We have 50 some minutes.
Oh,
That went
I hadn't
fast.
even noticed.
All right.
Yeah, that
Jim
went
at the end, to
fast.
quote Killer Mike, poverty is stronger than love.
Damn.
I mean, it is. There's a song he got called Slumber. Listen to it. It's a fucking fantastic tale of what young men and women go through.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you like the show, you're a weirdo. But tell friends, tell foes, tell hoes. If
We
you don't,
appreciate you
tell
anyway.
everybody that this is the wackest show ever. And you can find us on what? X, which we're hardly ever there. Instagram, hardly ever there. In the Facebook group, we might pop in and out. Try it. Leave messages, like, rate, subscribe, send nudes. Oh, shit. So I
Someone
do.
sent you a nude?
No, I don't even check the messages
Oh.
for this. Only you do. So send all the stuff you want her to see. If you're gonna send it to me, go through X. I actually look there every now and then. So I joke about having an OnlyFans page, but I finally got to the point where I was like, fuck it, let me start one. In the state of Virginia, you cannot go to the bigger porn sites online without uploading your driver's license, and I'll be damned. So the OnlyFans is not happening, ladies. Buy my album.
Wow.
And guys, because I'm not delusional. I know y'all looking too. I still want my money, but I might overcharge for the album and send some pics or something. We'll figure that part out later.
Ah, man.
Listen, once they're out on the interwebs, who takes them and
cannot
does
with
what
you.
with them is none of my business.
I cannot with you. Oh, man.
Sweaty dreams, people.
Sweaty dreams.
Yeah, I'm going to walk the dog, and there will be no sweating because it is cold outside, baby.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Holy shit. I
Yeah.
also looked up this podcast on several different Bing searches, actually. This is episode 179.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Also learned that Eli Whitney wasn't black.
You
fucked
thought he
up.
was?
Yeah. KRS put him in the You Must Learn song.
You must let.
I don't think I ever thought he was black. He's the cotton gin dude, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, save more black people than Abe Lincoln.
I mean, okay.
Good night. Morning, day,
Good
wherever the
night,
fuck you
people.
at.
Yeah. Or,
Adios.
yeah. Good day. Good day.
I said good day, sir.